All right, welcome back, everybody, for another deep dive.
Glad to be back.
This time, you wanted to get a handle on the future of AI.
Sounds like a good use of our time.
Yeah, and you sent us a really interesting mix of stuff this time
Oh,
around.
yeah.
We've got articles, research papers, even some personal notes in here.
Wow.
We've been digging in, and I gotta say, there's some seriously thought-provoking stuff in here.
Definitely is a lot to unpack.
So, to give you a super quick overview,
Okay.
the material that you sent covers a wide range of AI stuff from, different types of AI and their potential impacts on different industries to some common myths that we need to debunk.
That's great.
And let me tell you, some of these predictions are pretty wild.
Like what?
Like, did you know that by 2025, the number of cars with AI-powered technology is predicted to be more than double the total number of cars on the road in 2015?
Oh, wow.
That's insane.
Yeah, that's just one example of how quickly AI is advancing and becoming integrated into our everyday life.
Absolutely.
What really stood out to me from these materials was the potential for AI to address some of the biggest challenges we face across multiple sectors.
So to start unpacking all of this, I think it's really important to understand that not all AI is created equal.
Right.
The materials you sent talk about three different categories:
Okay.
narrow AI, general AI, and super AI.
Right.
Can you break those distinctions down for us?
Absolutely.
Cool.
The majority of AI that we encounter today falls under the category of narrow AI.
Okay.
So think of it as a specialist.
Mhm.
It excels at performing very specific tasks,
Okay.
like filtering spam emails or recognizing faces in photos,
Gotcha.
but it operates within a limited scope.
So narrow AI is kind of like a master chef who can make an incredible souffle but wouldn't know how to change a tire.
That's a great analogy.
Okay, good.
Now, general AI is where things get even more interesting.
Okay.
This type of AI would possess a more human-like intelligence with the ability to learn and solve problems across a wide range of domains, just like we can.
So general AI would be like that Renaissance person who's a master chef can change a tire. A&D can write a symphony.
Exactly.
Gotcha.
And then we have super AI, which is still largely in the realm of science fiction.
Okay.
This would be an AI that surpasses human intelligence in every way,
Mhm.
potentially even developing consciousness.
Okay, so we're not quite at the point where AI is going to take over the world and write our deep dive scripts for us yet.
Not quite.
Okay, good. I was a little worried there for a second.
But it's important to understand these distinctions because the AI that we interact with on a daily basis is primarily narrow AI,
Okay.
and its impact is already being felt in various industries.
One of the areas you mentioned where AI is poised to have a really significant impact is healthcare.
Yeah,
The materials you sent highlighted how AI could address challenges with accessibility, especially in regions like India, where there's a large population and limited access to healthcare professionals.
that's right.
So can you sort of expand on that a little?
Imagine an AI-powered app on your phone that can analyze your symptoms, medical history, and even suggest potential diagnoses or treatments.
Wow.
This could be revolutionary for individuals who lack easy access to doctors.
And it goes beyond just diagnosing diseases.
Yeah,
The materials also mentioned AI's role in personalized medicine.
absolutely.
So what does that look like?
AI can analyze vast amounts of data, including an individual's genetic makeup and lifestyle factors,
Okay.
to tailor treatments to their specific needs.
Wow.
This could lead to more effective therapies and better health outcomes.
That's incredible.
It is.
It sounds like AI could really revolutionize the way healthcare is delivered.
Yeah, it's definitely an exciting area to watch.
But healthcare isn't the only industry being transformed by AI.
True.
The materials you sent also discuss the impact on education,
Yeah.
with AI offering the potential to personalize learning experiences.
Imagine a classroom where each student has access to an AI tutor that can adapt to their individual learning style and pace.
Okay.
Struggling students could receive extra support, while advanced learners could be challenged with more complex material.
It sounds like a dream for both teachers and students.
It does.
No more one-size-fits-all education, which we all know doesn't really work that well.
Right. And this ability to tailor experiences to the individual is a recurring theme throughout the materials you send.
Interesting.
We see it in healthcare, education, and even
So
finance.
science.
Yeah. Did you know that AI algorithms are already being used in equity fund management?
I did read something about that.
Yeah.
But to be honest, the idea of an algorithm managing my investments feels a little unnerving.
I understand that feeling.
Yeah.
But think about it this way. AI can analyze massive data sets, identify patterns, and make predictions in a fraction of the time it would take humans.
Okay.
This could potentially lead to more informed investment decisions
Uh-huh.
and potentially even better returns.
So it's about leveraging the power of AI to enhance human capabilities rather
Exactly.
than replacing human expertise altogether.
Finding that balance between human intelligence and AI's analytical prowess.
Okay, but it's important to remember that, like any powerful tool, AI can be used for both positive and negative purposes.
Definitely.
The materials you sent also touch on some of the potential risks,
hmm
particularly in the military and cybersecurity realms.
It's definitely an area where ethical considerations are paramount.
The idea of AI being used to develop autonomous weapons systems, essentially machines that can make life or death decisions without human intervention, is pretty unsettling.
And as AI becomes more sophisticated, we need to ensure that its development and deployment are guided by clear ethical principles and robust safety protocol.
Right. It's like we're stepping into uncharted territory and we
Yeah.
need to proceed with caution.
I agree.
But speaking of uncharted territory, let's talk about transportation.
Sure.
The materials you sent highlighted the rise of connected cars with AI-powered features that are already on the roads today.
Yes, we're seeing AI being integrated into vehicles to enhance safety, improve navigation, and even optimize fuel efficiency.
Okay.
And of course, the big one that everyone's talking about is self-driving cars.
Right.
There's a lot of research and development happening in that area, and it's likely that we'll see more and more autonomous vehicles on the road in the coming years.
I have to admit, I'm still a little wary of handing over the wheel to a computer.
I get that.
But I can see the potential benefits, especially when it comes to reducing accidents caused by human error.
Absolutely.
And as with any new technology, it's important to weigh the potential benefits against the potential risks.
I agree. It's about finding that sweet spot where we can harness the power of AI to improve our lives
Right.
without sacrificing safety or control.
Speaking of harnessing power, the materials also touched on AI's influence on advertising.
Yes, AI is already changing the advertising landscape.
Oh, so?
By analyzing consumer data to create highly targeted and personalized ads.
Okay.
You know those ads that seem to magically appear on your social media feed right after you were just talking about a specific product with a friend?
It's almost like AI is reading our minds.
It can feel that way.
I have to admit, it's both impressive and a little creepy at the same time.
AI is making advertising more precise,
Okay.
personalized, and potentially even more intrusive.
Gotcha.
It's one of the many areas where we need to consider the ethical implications of AI's growing capabilities.
So we've talked about AI's influence on healthcare, education, finance, military, cybersecurity, transportation, and advertising.
A lot.
It seems like there's hardly any aspect of our lives that won't be touched by AI in some way.
That's right. AI is quickly becoming pervasive.
And it's important to understand both its potential benefits and its potential risks.
Absolutely.
And speaking of potential risks, one of the big concerns that comes up again and again in these materials is the impact on the future of work.
Right. The big question on everyone's mind, will robots be taking our jobs?
Exactly.
That's what we'll be exploring in the next part of our deep dive.
Looking forward to it.
Me too.
Welcome back.
All right. So as we kind of delve deeper into this whole future of AI thing, it's impossible to ignore, that question that's looming large in everybody's mind. How will this technology reshape the landscape of work? Absolutely.
We've already seen how AI is making its way into fields like finance and healthcare,
Right.
which naturally, leads to some concerns about job displacement.
Of course.
The materials you sent definitely touch on this.
There's no doubt that AI will automate certain tasks that are currently performed by humans.
Right.
However, the picture painted in these materials isn't as bleak as some might imagine.
Oh, okay.
Instead of widespread job elimination, they suggest a future where AI augments human capabilities,
Okay.
allowing us to focus on tasks that require uniquely human skills.
Okay, so instead of picturing robots replacing us entirely, we should be thinking about AI as a powerful tool that can enhance our productivity and efficiency.
Precisely. Imagine a doctor who can use AI to analyze medical images and identify potential diagnoses with incredible speed and accuracy.
Okay.
This frees up the doctor to spend more time interacting with patients, providing personalized care, and making critical decisions that require human judgment.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
It's not about replacing the doctor. It's about giving them the tools to be even better at their job.
Exactly.
But what about professions where the work primarily involves tasks that are easily automated?
That's where things get a bit more complex.
Okay.
There will undoubtedly be some job displacement
Uh-huh.
as AI takes over routine tasks in fields like manufacturing or data entry.
Right.
However, the materials also point out that AI will create new job opportunities
Oh, okay.
in areas like AI development,
Okay.
maintenance, and ethical oversight.
So it's not just about learning to code.
No, it's about understanding how to work alongside AI,
Okay.
recognizing its strengths and limitations, and adapting to a rapidly evolving job market.
So adaptability,
Yeah,
continuous learning, and a willingness to embrace new technologies.
absolutely.
These will be essential skills for thriving in the future workforce.
I think so.
It's almost like Alan Turing predicted this shift decades ago.
Yeah.
His idea that machines would one day be capable of thinking is becoming a reality in ways that probably even he couldn't have imagined.
Turing was a true visionary, and his work laid the foundation for the AI advancements we're seeing today. But as we move forward, it's crucial to remember that the future of AI is not predetermined.
Okay.
We have the power to shape its trajectory and ensure that it serves humanity in a positive way.
And speaking of shaping AI responsibly, the materials you sent highlighted some critical areas where we need to proceed with caution,
Yes.
particularly when it comes to privacy.
AI systems often rely on vast amounts of data, much of which is personal information. Safeguarding that data and preventing misuse is paramount.
One of the terms that came up repeatedly was data persistence.
Yes.
Can you explain what that means and why it's a concern?
Data persistence essentially refers to the fact that data can be stored indefinitely long after its original purpose has been fulfilled.
Okay.
Think about all the information you share online, from your browsing history to your social media posts. Even if you try to delete it, it's likely that copies exist somewhere, potentially vulnerable to breaches or misuse.
So even if we're careful about what we share online, our digital footprints can linger for years, potentially coming back to haunt us in unexpected ways.
That's the challenge with data persistence, and with AI systems increasingly relying on large data sets, the potential for breaches and misuse becomes a major concern.
The materials also mention data repurposing as a potential risk.
Right.
What exactly does that involve?
Data repurposing occurs when information collected for one purpose is used for a completely different, often unrelated purpose. For instance, imagine providing your health data to an app designed to track your fitness progress. That same data could potentially be used to target you with ads for health insurance, or even to assess your eligibility for certain financial products.
That feels like a violation of trust. It's one thing to consent to your data being used for a specific purpose, but quite another to have it repurposed without your knowledge or consent.
Exactly. That's why it's essential to have strong privacy regulations in place and to advocate for transparency from companies that collect and use our data. The materials you sent emphasize the importance of privacy by design, essentially building privacy safeguards into AI systems from the very beginning.
So instead of trying to fix privacy issues after they arise,
Right.
we're building AI systems with privacy safeguards built right in.
Exactly. It's a proactive approach to protecting individual privacy,
Yeah.
and it's crucial for building trust in AI technologies.
That makes a lot of sense. But even with the best intentions and the most robust safeguards, can we ever be completely sure that AI won't be misused?
It's a valid concern.
There's always the potential for human error or malicious intent.
That's true. We can't rely solely on technological solutions.
Okay.
We also need to cultivate a culture of ethical AI development where transparency, accountability, and respect for individual privacy are paramount.
So it's a multi-pronged approach. Robust regulations, responsible development practices, and an informed public that demands ethical and transparent use of AI.
Absolutely. The future of AI depends on a collaborative effort involving policymakers, developers, researchers, and the public at large.
It's a big task, but it's one we need to tackle head on.
Agreed. And as we continue this conversation, I think it's helpful to address some common misconceptions about AI
Okay.
that often cloud our understanding.
Yes. The materials you sent dedicated a section to debunking some of these myths. Let's dive into those.
One of the most prevalent myths is that deep learning, machine learning, and AI are all the same thing. It's crucial to understand that these are distinct but related concepts.
Okay, help us untangle that. What are the key differences?
Think of it this way. AI is the broadest category encompassing any system that exhibits intelligent behavior. Machine learning is a subset of AI that involves training algorithms on data so they can learn to make predictions or decisions without explicit programming.
So it's like teaching a computer to recognize patterns in data and make inferences based on those patterns.
Exactly. And within machine learning, we have deep learning,
Uh-huh.
which uses artificial neural networks.
Okay.
inspired by the structure of the human brain to learn even more complex patterns and relationships in data.
So if AI is the umbrella term, machine learning is a specific approach within AI.
Yes.
And deep learning is an even more specialized technique within machine learning.
We got it.
That clarifies things. Another myth the materials addressed was the idea that AI systems are all black boxes, meaning we have no idea how they arrive at their conclusions.
That's a misconception. While some AI algorithms, particularly deep learning models, can be incredibly complex and difficult to interpret,
Yeah.
it's not accurate to say that we have no understanding of how they work.
So it's not like we're just blindly trusting these algorithms without any insight into their decision-making processes?
Not at all. Researchers are actively working on techniques to make AI more transparent and explainable, and it's important to remember that not all AI systems are equally opaque.
Okay.
Some algorithms are actually quite straightforward and easy to understand.
That's reassuring to know. What about the myth that the quality of data is the only thing that matters for AI performance?
Data quality is undoubtedly crucial, but it's not the only factor. The design of the algorithm, the way it's trained, and the specific task it's being applied to all play a role in its performance.
So it's like baking a cake.
Exactly.
You need high-quality ingredients, but you also need the right recipe and the proper tools to create a delicious masterpiece.
That's a perfect analogy. It highlights that AI development is a complex process that involves more than just feeding data into an algorithm.
We've tackled some of the myths surrounding AI, but I think it's worth revisiting the concern about AI taking over human jobs.
Okay.
Even with the understanding that AI can augment human capabilities,
Right.
it's hard not to feel some anxiety about the potential for job displacement.
It's a valid concern, but rather than viewing AI as a threat, we can choose to see it as an opportunity to reimagine the future of work.
Okay.
Focusing on roles that require uniquely human qualities, like creativity, empathy, and critical thinking.
So instead of fearing obsolescence, we should be focusing on developing the skills that will allow us to thrive in a world where AI is a collaborator rather than a competitor.
Exactly. It's about embracing the potential for AI to enhance our capabilities and free us from mundane tasks, allowing us to focus on work that is more meaningful and fulfilling.
This has been an incredibly insightful conversation so far.
I agree.
We've covered a lot of ground, from the different types of AI and their potential impacts
Right.
to the ethical considerations and the myths that often surround this technology. I feel like I'm starting to grasp the complexities of this rapidly evolving field.
I'm glad to hear that. And as we wrap up this part of our deep dive,
Yeah.
I think it's important to leave you with a sense of empowerment.
Okay.
The future of AI is not predetermined. It's a story that is still being written, and we all have a role to play in shaping the narrative.
That's a powerful reminder. We're not just passive observers in this technological revolution. We have the power to ask questions, demand transparency, and advocate for ethical development and use of AI.
Exactly. The future of AI is in our hands.
Welcome back to the final part of our deep dive into the future of AI.
It's been a fascinating exploration.
It really has. We've covered so much ground,
We have.
from the different types of AI
Right.
and their potential applications
Yeah.
to the ethical considerations and the myths that surround this technology.
Absolutely.
It's rapidly evolving and changing all the time.
It really is.
So I'd love to hear what has resonated most with you throughout this whole deep dive.
What about you?
Honestly, the thing that keeps coming back to me is just the sheer scope of AI's potential impact.
Yeah.
We've seen how it can revolutionize healthcare,
Right.
personalize education, reshape the financial landscape,
Yeah.
and even change the way we drive.
Yeah, that's amazing.
It's almost overwhelming to consider all the possibilities.
AI's potential is vast,
It is.
and it touches on so many aspects of our lives.
Right.
But amidst all the excitement and innovation,
Yeah.
it's crucial to remember that AI is a tool.
Right.
And like any tool, it can be used for good or for ill.
That's a really important point. We can't just blindly embrace AI without considering the potential downsides.
We can.
The materials you sent highlighted some of the key risks, particularly when it comes to privacy.
Exactly. We discussed data persistence and data repurposing,
Right?
both of which raise serious concerns about how our personal information is collected, stored, and used. But the materials also touched on the potential for data leaks
Right.
and the misuse of personal information, which are equally concerning.
It's like walking a tightrope.
Yeah.
We want to harness the power of AI for good,
Right.
but we also need to be vigilant about protecting our privacy
Uh-huh.
and ensuring that AI is used ethically.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's the challenge we face. And as we move forward, it's essential to remember that we're not powerless in this technological revolution.
Right.
We have a voice, and we can advocate for the responsible development and deployment of AI.
One of the concepts that resonated with me was privacy by design. Can you remind us what that entails and
Sure.
why it's so important?
Privacy by design essentially means that privacy considerations are baked into the very foundation of AI systems from the outset.
Okay.
So it's not about adding privacy protections as an afterthought, but rather making privacy an integral part of the design process.
So instead of trying to fix privacy issues after they arise,
Yeah.
we're building AI systems with privacy safeguards built right in.
Exactly.
Uh,
It's a proactive approach to protecting individual privacy, and it's crucial for building trust in AI technologies.
that makes a lot of sense. But even with the best intentions and the most robust safeguards, can we ever be completely sure that AI won't be misused? There's always the potential for human error
Right.
or malicious intent.
You're right. We can't eliminate risk entirely,
Right.
but we can mitigate it by fostering a culture of ethical AI development where transparency, accountability, and respect for individual privacy are paramount.
It's almost like we need a set of guiding principles, like a Hippocratic oath,
Uh-huh.
for AI developers to ensure that AI is used for good
That's a great analogy.
and that it benefits all of humanity,
Right.
not just a select few.
And there are organizations and initiatives around the world that are working to develop such ethical guidelines for AI. But it's not just about developers. It's also about educating the public,
Yeah.
empowering individuals to understand AI, and encouraging them to participate in the conversation about its role in our world.
This deep dive has definitely made me more aware of the complexities of AI
Me too.
and the importance of engaging in these conversations. It's not just a tech issue, it's a societal issue that will impact all of us.
I agree. The future of AI is not predetermined. It's a story that we're all writing together.
Right.
And it's crucial that we approach it with both a sense of wonder and a healthy dose of critical thinking.
We need to be excited about the potential benefits of AI while also remaining vigilant about the potential risks. It's a delicate balance, but it's one we need to strive for if we want to create a future where AI serves humanity in a positive and equitable way.
Well said. And on that note, I think it's time to wrap up our deep dive into the future of AI. We've covered a lot of ground, explored a wide range of perspectives, and hopefully sparked some thought-provoking conversations along the way.
I think we've accomplished our mission. And who knows, maybe someday we'll have a super intelligent AI guest co-host joining us for a deep dive. But until then, keep those brains buzzing, and we'll see you on the next deep dive.